George Bolt, who became hotelier later on and became a millionaire. That Empire State Building was the first building of the Waldorf Astoria until they moved. And later on, the family, of course, fought each other. But that's not our concern. The theme for tonight that we would like to reflect on is that very meeting in the evening in Philip, when there was no place to stay. There was no place to stay. The relationship between these two billionaires, the relationship between these two hoteliers began at that night when there was no place to stay. Sisters and brothers, this is the exact story of our own salvation history. The apex of this history of our salvation came at the very moment when there was no place to stay. That's why we celebrate this Simbang Gabi, 9 days novena, because we accompany Mary and Joseph when there was no place to stay. Later on, we'll see the scene, just a thing for our visual understanding on how, the baby Jesus will be traveling from one sponsor to another after the end of our Simbang Gabi. A commemoration of the history of the very salvation that happened somewhere in the Middle East when there was no place to stay. God, who loves us so much, initiated himself and revealed himself to you and me. All the way from the Old Testament, he initiated to reveal himself to Moses by talking to him in the form of fire. They did not look for him, but the Father initiated, revealing himself to you and me. And he actually gave them that tablet, the tablet that will guard them from the virus that we call sin. And that's what we call the Ten Commandment tablet. Because God knew from the beginning that there's no place for him in the heart of every human person because of the fall of Adam and Eve that we have heard in the first reading. From the time on, our mind has been distorted. We want to do what is good, right? We always want to do what is good. But what happens? From time to time, we do the wrong one, the evil one, the bad thing. Because we cannot help. Because our mind, our will has been distorted from the moment pride came into the world from the first fall of our first parents, Adam and Eve. And God knew from the beginning that there's no place for him. But you know what? He did not stop there. He did not stop there. He needed to give us his only begotten Son and be incarnated, the Word becoming flesh, our flesh, your flesh. He took everything of what we have but sin. He needed to come to the world, stay with us and dwell with us to feel what we feel. That's why God is not God who is far from us. God who is not remote. God is with us. He knew what we feel. He exactly knows what we need right now. As we put it on Facebook, ATM, at the moment. And so, sisters and brothers, but since there was no place for him to stay, he knew that from the beginning. There was no place for him to stay. And that's why he preserved someone from the moment of the conception in the womb of her mother, Saint Anne. Mary was already preserved from the original sin stain. from the stain, from the dirt of sin. And that's what we believe in the dogma and what we celebrate today, the Immaculate Conception. She was preserved. She was kept safe. She was vaccinated by the love of God and being immune from being infected by this contagious sin that we always commit. Sisters and brothers, we accompany Mary and Joseph because there's no place to stay. But we just don't accompany them. The challenge for us in the Simbang Gabi, as we came all from different places in this tri-state area, we are challenged not just to accompany the couple, but to open our doors for them to dwell with us. However, like Immaculate Conception, how are we prepared to let the Son of God enter in our hearts? The Immaculate Conception is like this consulate. Okay? If tomorrow morning President Duterte calls Conjen and tells her, "Madam, I'm coming to New York next month," you can imagine what will happen here, right? They will be cleaning everything from every corner, and all of you will be going to the dry cleaners to dry clean your Barong Tagalog and your Filipiniana. Everyone. And this carpet will be really steamed. All the way from the basement to the top of this building, because the President is coming. Right? That's exactly the Immaculate Conception's mystery. Because the Son of God is coming. God needed the woman who will bear the Son of God to be pure. And so how are we? On this 8th of December, we have how many days to go? Preparing for Christmas Day. How are we in our hearts now? How are we in the working of becoming an immaculate in our own hearts? Becoming pure. And that's why in a few moments from now, we will receive the most precious body of Christ. And what do we pray before receiving? Lord, I am not even worthy that you should come, that you should enter under my roof. But only say the word, and my soul shall be healed. That's the acknowledgement of our being a sinful person. That we don't deserve Him